Hey guys, this is Sage Valentine, and this is my review of CBS's Under the Dome Season 1, Episode 4, entitled Outbreak. The 5 things that blew me away during this episode, or should I say watching this episode, are as follows in no particular order. Even as Julia Shumway finds out that her husband was involved in a whole lot of crazy stuff, which in turn made him empty out her bank account, put their home in foreclosure. He ended up selling his car to his BMW to Phil Bushy, which Phil doesn't admit during this episode or admit the truth to her, but he's talking to Barbie, and that's how we find out. But she doesn't trust Barbie, I guess, because when Barbie's trying to tell her the truth, like, listen, he's basically saying, your husband was involved in a whole bunch of stuff. I was here to make sure that he paid his debts. And Phil Bushy paid his debt, but without saying it, your husband did not. She's just so mad because she found some type of map that was in Barbie's pack, and Junior basically made up that lie, so she doesn't even believe anything at this point that Barbie's saying, and she basically kicks him out of her house, which is pretty funny because of how close she becomes to Sam Vidreau in season 2. But I'm getting ahead of myself. But that was one thing, the first thing that really got me about this episode. The second is the fact that Alice Calvert-Hill, wife of Carolyn, mother of Nori, Pink Stars Are Falling Nori, she ends up having to become the doctor at Chester's Mill General. Don't quote me on the name, but I'm thinking that's the name of the hospital. And in doing so, she puts her health on the back burner because she's diabetic. She was supposed to take her insulin. She just ran and took her insulin, didn't eat anything. Carolyn's worried, her wife, she's worried about her, and she is, towards the end of the episode, about to steal some insulin just to save her or to keep her satiated or to keep her well. And Alice refuses to allow her to do it, which leads to a really, really, really sad situation that happens later in the season. Number 3, nobody's paying attention to Junior. Nobody's watching Junior. And the fact that Junior's father, Jim, just stuck that gun in Junior's hands, even after saying how much of a screw-up Junior is, nobody's paying attention to Junior. So they are completely unaware of the fact of what he did to Angie. More importantly, I still believe that Junior was going to kill those people in the waiting room. Like, that look in his eye, just like, if you come over here, I'm going to shoot you. Or as they said in Nutty Professor, if you walk over, you're going to limp back. Thank God for Linda, because poor Linda was sick, and she came out because she heard the commotion because the people were literally about to riot, as she said to Jim later. And she told him Junior no, and he was able to talk everybody, calm everybody down. He put the gun down, and everyone decided they didn't want to bum rush the doors to get out of the hospital because they had to quarantine the hospital because whatever was going on with that superbug, they could not possibly let it get out. But this was, I guess, part 1 of the craziness that the Dome was bringing towards them, especially after watching season 2. All I can do is shake my head. Number 4. Okay. Poor Angie. Angie's stuck in that bunker. It does not look good for Angie. Angie wakes up in the water. She's floating. She's screaming. Nobody hears her. And then it's funny how Jim hears her at the end of the episode. And he's just looking at her and looking at her, and the craziness ensues into episode 5, but I'm not going to get too far into that. I'm just going to have to watch it and review it and let you guys know about it. It was so funny. She's just looking at him, and he's looking at her. She's like, save me, and he's just like, what the hell? Like, what the what? The final thing that got me about this episode 2 was what happened with Nori. I should say 2 as in as well. When Nori and Joe decided to test that whole theory of what happened when they had the seizures, like if they touch each other's hands, will it in turn bring out a seizure? Because I guess in the beginning of the episode, Alice was testing Joe's brain testing Nori's blood, trying to see if there was something that caused these seizures, if they could be explained. She didn't get to finish because Jim came in and pulled her out there to take care of the people in the waiting room. But when they touched each other's hands, they decided to tape it. And as their hands touched, it took maybe a minute before they fell down and started saying the pink stars are falling from the sky or falling in lines. They started shaking. When they watched the video, Joe kind of lurched up, did shh, and laid down, meaning that, well, their explanation of it was that the dome doesn't want anybody to know what they're doing. Doesn't want to know anybody to know about these, really, really know what they know. Hopefully that made sense to you guys. But anywho, thank you guys for tuning in. Definitely check out my other reviews for Big Brother, the rest of my Under the Dome review, Season 2, as well as Episode 5 of Season 1. And hopefully I'll get to the following before the end of this month. If not, August is the time for the following and Hannibal. I love Hannibal. But anywho, if you haven't watched my Hannibal Season 2 reviews, get into that as well, because I'm going right to Season 1. But if I missed anything in this review and you feel like that it's important, you want to discuss it, leave it in the comments. As well as don't forget to rate this video and subscribe to my channel and my brand of crazy. I love you all. I'm loving these videos. This is SDCC, or for those of you who are not in the know, San Diego Comic-Con weekend, and I am super excited. No, I'm not there. I got my own con coming up pretty soon, but I'm just excited. I am not mad. I'm excited. I can't wait to go on social media and look at everything and just smile. And for those of you who've noticed, and I guess I haven't brought this up, these are new glasses because my other glasses, hopefully you notice them. You see this? I'm assuming that most of my viewers, or most of you guys, the audience, started watching me late. So if you watched my first couple videos, I explained what happened to my glasses, but last week I was able to finally get some new ones. But sometimes I fluctuate between these and these, so don't alarm me. They kind of look alike, but just in case you're wondering. So anyway, guys, you all take care. I've got Big Brother to watch and a review to do. I love you all. Bye, guys. Bye.